Okay, so in this video we will see next 5 question, that is from question number 136 to question number 140, and all these questions are available on examtopics.com website, and they are related to GCP PD exam, that is a professional data engineer exam. So let's start. Question number 136. You are running a pipeline in cloud data flow that receive message from cloud pub subtopic and writes the result into the BigQuery dataset in the EU, European Union. Currently, your pipeline is located in Europe West 4 and has a maximum of 3 workers. And instance type N1 standard 1. You notice that during peak periods, your pipeline is struggling to process records in a timely fashion when all 3 workers are at a maximum CPU utilization. Which 2 action can you take to increase performance of your pipeline? So we need to increase the performance of the pipeline, right? So basically, like it is mentioned here, we are using the type 1 N1 standard 1 and the maximum 3 workers, right? So if we increase both, then our performance will definitely get increased. Now you might think like a cloud data flow is like auto manageable, so how we will increase the worker, because workers automatically increase or decrease in the cloud data flow, right? But here it is mentioned the maximum of 3 workers. So when we set the like auto scaling, we have to set the maximum number of instances. So they have set the maximum number of 3 workers, so we can change the maximum number of instances, like from 3 to 10 or 15, any number or also, though it is like manageable, still we can change the instance type as well. Okay, so we need to select the choose to option. So increase the number of max workers, so that is perfectly okay to increase the performance. And the other option is use a large instance type. So right now we are using N1 standard 1, so we can use N1 standard 4 or any other large instance type for the better performance. So that is okay, because here issue with the maximum CPU utilization, so we have to change the workers or CPU type. So option A and B looks okay. Third option is change the zone of your cloud data flow pipeline in US. They told that the data set in the European Union, pipeline is in the Europe, so that is perfectly okay. They told that pipeline should be in the US. If the pipeline is in the US, then it will even become more slow, because pipeline has to access the data or write the data into the Europe Union. So C is totally wrong. It's totally eliminated. Create a temporary table in Cloud Bigtable that will act as a buffer for new data. Create a new steps in your pipeline to write to this table first. So they told that rather than directly writing into the BigQuery, first write into the Cloud Bigtable. That is not a problem here. The problem here is to processing the records, right? So your pipeline is struggling to process the records in a timely fashion. So whether we write the records into the BigQuery or whether we first write into the Bigtable and then write into the BigQuery, it doesn't make any sense. Option E says that create a temporary table in Cloud Spanner. So option E told that okay, write first in Cloud Spanner and then write to the cloud BigQuery. Again it is wrong, because no relation with the writing the record. The relation is the processing the records. So whether we write the record into the BigQuery or the Spanner, processing will be still impacted. So we need to increase the processing, because our CPU has maximum utilized. So if we write the record into the Spanner, it doesn't mean that our CPU will the performance of the CPU will increase. No. So option A and B, option A and option B looks perfectly okay. So option A and option B is okay. Question number 137. You have a data pipeline, okay, with the cloud data flow that aggregates and writes time series metrics to Cloud Bigtable. So our data flow pipeline is doing is they are doing some aggregations and then writes the data time series data into the Cloud Bigtable. So time series is okay for the Bigtable. This data feeds a dashboard used by the thousands of users across the organization. Now this data is accessing by some dashboard which is accessed by the thousands of users. You need to support additional concurrent users and reduce the amount of time required to write the data. So main challenge is like it is writing the data into the cloud bigtable, we need to reduce the time of writing the data into the cloud bigtable. So what two action should we take, right? So we have 5 options and we need to select 2 options. Configure your cloud data flow pipeline to use local execution. So no relation with this, like because it doesn't matter whether it is a local execution or any other type of execution. We need to increase the write time in the big table because the data is written into the big table, so we need to increase the write time, reduce the amount of time. So option A is wrong. Now we have 4 options left. Increase the maximum number of cloud data flow worker by setting maximum number of pipeline options. They told that do one thing, set the maximum number of workers or increase the maximum number of workers in the cloud data flow pipeline so that the processing speed of the pipeline will get increased. If the processing speed of the pipeline get increased, that's okay, but how will it increase the write time in the big table? That is the let's suppose the one record go to the big table cluster, and now it has to write the record, right? So it will like took same time whether we increase the cloud data flow workers or not. It should be something related to the big table. Option C said that the increase the number of nodes in the cloud big table cluster. So that looks okay, because if we increase the number of nodes into the cloud big table cluster, then probably the write time might increase. Option D said modify your cloud data flow pipeline to use the flattened transformation before writing to cloud big table. So they told that add one more step into the cloud data flow, or modify the existing data flow and use the flattened transform, that whatever the data is coming, use the flattened transform and then write to the big table, so that it will write the records speedily. Okay. Option E said the modify your cloud data flow pipeline to use the co-group by key. There are 2 types of key, group by key and one is a co-group by key. So they told that use the co-group by key transform before writing to the cloud big table. So they told that because we need to decrease the writing time, so before that modify the records, transform it and then write. So this is the option. So we have 3 options left, like C, D, E. But if you reread the question said that the cloud data flow job is that aggregating and writes the time series. So just because of this statement, like some kind of aggregation is performing, so that's why I am selecting the option number D and E. Alright. So but if you go to the discussion tab, let me reveal the answer. So they told D, E and E. If you go to the discussion tab, most of the people say B, C, B, C, B, C. So B, C also looks okay, because if we B doesn't look okay to me, because if you increase the worker, how it will increase the write time? B doesn't look okay to me. C definitely looks okay, but because of we have to select only 2 options, so now C, D, E looks okay to me. But because of this statement, the data flow itself is doing some aggregation operation, so we will perform co-group by key and flatten transform. So that's why I am selecting the D and E. If you go to a bit lower, most of the other people also say it could be the D and E as well. Some people say it could be C and E. C and E also looks okay to me. So some people say D and E as well. C and E also looks okay, because for the aggregation we will use the co-group by key, and to increase we can increase the cluster into the big table to increase the write time. So C and D also looks okay, but yeah, now it's up to you, whether you want to select CE or DE. But I think the option answer should be out of these. So I am selecting D and E, but I am not sure what could be the correct answer. Question number 138. You have several Spark jobs that run on the Cloud Data Pro cluster on a schedule. Some of the jobs run in a sequence and some of the jobs run concurrently. You need to automate the process. What should you do? Okay, so basically for the automation, and you have several Spark jobs that run on a Cloud Data Pro cluster on a schedule. Okay, so what should you do? So first thing is that create a Cloud Data Pro workflow template. So that looks okay, because like generally we create the workflow template by defining some jobs configuration, like these jobs we want to run, and we create some template. So that looks okay. Create an initialization action to execute the jobs. That doesn't look okay, because we want to automate the process. Create a directed acyclic graph in Cloud Composer. Cloud Composer is also used to automate, schedule, or orchestrate, monitor. So this also looks okay. See, also look okay. Create a bash script that use the Cloud SDK. This is not recommended, so option D eliminated. So option B and option D eliminated. Now we have two options left, that is option A and option C. So create a Cloud Data Pro workflow template also okay. If you go to the official documentation, so that is workflow schedule solution, and that is data. So we have these options available. One is the Cloud Data Pro template, another is the Cloud Scheduler, that is to schedule the jobs onto the Cloud Scheduler. Third is the Cloud Function, and fourth is the Cloud Composer. But if we create the Data Pro workflow template, then only a template is created, but we need to execute that template. So to execute that template, either we will run on the cluster as well, or either we run on some using the Cloud Scheduler, or using some Cloud Function, right, or using the Cloud Composer. So that's why out of A and C, so C looks okay, because it will automate the task, as well it will schedule the task. Okay, so C looks okay, but they have told that you have a several Spark jobs that run on a Cloud Data Pro cluster on a schedule. Some of the you need to automate the process. What should you do? Yes, so C looks totally okay, because cloud again, if we create the template, then we need to schedule the template, we need to execute the template. So C looks okay, but some people say that A as well, but to me C looks okay. Question number 139. You are building a new data pipeline to share data between two different types of application, job generator and job runner. Your solution must scale, so it should be scalable to accommodate increasing users, and must accommodate addition of new application without negatively affecting the performance of existing ones. Okay, so any application can be added later on. What should you do? So generally for this kind of solution, we generally use the PubSub, because PubSub is basically designed like any application can be added, any application can be removed, any application can be changed, and also it is scalable. So out of 4 options, if you read the question, we need to create a process so that the two application can interact each other, and if required, any other application can also be accommodate. They told that create an app engine, so app engine is not the correct answer. Other options, create a Cloud PubSub. Cloud PubSub will publish the job and the subscriber will execute the job. That looks okay. They told that create a table on Cloud SQL, and put all the jobs in the Cloud SQL, and the application will read the job. That doesn't look okay. Even a Cloud SQL is not scalable. So create a table on Cloud Spanner and insert. So this is also not look okay. So option B only left. Option B is perfectly okay. And Cloud PubSub is only used for this kind of purpose. Like if we want to communicate between so many applications, we will use the Cloud PubSub. Question number 140. You need to create a new transaction table, okay, in Cloud Spanner that store product sale data. You are deciding what to use a primary key, okay. From a performance perspective, what strategy should you choose? Okay, so we want to create a new table into the Cloud Spanner, but we want for a product table, so we want to use a primary key so that the performance increase. So what strategy we use? The current epoch time, so they told that the choose the time as a primary key. No. The concatenation of the product name and the epoch time, a random universally UUID unique digit number. Okay, the original order identification number from the sales system, which is monotonically increasing integer. So option C is correct. We always use the like 4 UUID, version 4 UUID, and it is also recommended by the Google. Option D is totally wrong. Why it is totally wrong? Because the cloud spanner is scalable, and like at the back end, like we have the so many workers. So if we choose any integer which will like increase monotonically, like one by one, like first id is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then if the we have like two workers or three workers, so the job will process by one worker, or job will process by the second worker, job will process by the third worker. So how the other worker will know like which id like I need to generate, right? So if we use the monotonically increasing order, every time it will route to the one worker only. So and it will create a hotspot. So option D is like totally eliminated. If you go to this official documentation, it's the spanner documentation, then they told that how to choose a primary key, choosing a primary key. So if you read this, so you should be careful not to create hotspot while choosing your primary key. For example, if you insert records with the monotonically increasing order as the key, you will always insert at the end of your key space. This is undesirable because Cloud Spanner divides data among server by key ranges, which means your insert will be directed to a single server, creating a hotspot. So we need to avoid the hotspot, and to avoid the hotspot we always use the version 4 UUID, but never use version 1 UUID. So we need to use a version 4 UUID, and this is not recommended. That is the monotonically increasing integer. So option D is eliminated. What is recommended? Version 4 UUID, and this is not recommended. That is time, product name, epoch time. This is not recommended. So for the performance purpose only this is recommended. So option C is correct. Option C is correct. Yeah, that's the end of the video.